Did you know that Taylor Swift and Gracie Abrams became friends because Taylor Swift texted Gracie from an unknown number inviting her to her birthday party, seemingly out of the blue? As I was saying before, they end up meeting at the end of 2021. However, the first kind of thing that I could find as far as Gracie and Taylor goes is that Gracie had done a cover of My Tears Ricochet on her YouTube account earlier that year. As I said earlier, she goes to her birthday party in December, and in March of 2022, Gracie covers All Too Well at one of her shows. She actually does this a couple times in 2022, covering This Is Me Trying and This Love at different show dates. And then in November of 2022, Taylor announces that Gracie Abrams will be one of the tour openers joining her for the Eras Tour. Gracie begins opening in April of 2023, and then later into the summer in July, one of the shows gets delayed due to weather, so Gracie's set ends up being canceled, and Taylor brings her out for a surprise song to perform Gracie's song, I Miss You, I'm Sorry. Taylor also introduces Gracie before performing the song, saying that she's one of her best friends and that she's excited to perform together for the first time. And then moving into November, they're seen getting dinner together, and Gracie later announces that she'll be opening for more tour dates on the Canada leg. In December, Gracie makes a post for Taylor's birthday, which we now know comes from the infamous shoe and purse fire that was posted earlier this month. She's also seen at Taylor's birthday party later in the month. January of 2024, she does an interview with Drew Barrymore where she talks about Taylor Swift essentially being a superhero in her eyes.
It's like a superhero of a person and of a friend. It's like this wild thing. I think like what I have known about her being such a super fan forever is like she's got this insane way of speaking to the corners of our lives. And
next month, Gracie attends the Grammys, where she talks a little bit on the red carpet about the best advice that Taylor ever gave her.
I mean, I feel like all of her words are words of wisdom in every capacity ever. She's just, but honestly, I think before I even knew her personally, she taught me to write all the time and to just tell the truth in my writing. And that is something I've carried with me forever. I write every day because of that advice. And she's the greatest. I wouldn't be nowhere near this room if it weren't for her.
Next month, Gracie goes on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, where she talks again about Taylor's influence on her music and her ability to perform.
I watched every single one of her shows that I was lucky enough to open. I think we did 31, and I watched from every place possible in each stadium, just trying to pick up on how she's able to do what she does, and she's such a one-of-a-kind person, friend, artist, all the things.
She's a pro.
But what she does so unbelievably well in these kinds of rooms is like, sometimes you feel like you're on Mars, and then sometimes you feel like the only two people in the stadium are you and her, because she's just so connected to her audience, and the relationship that they have with each other it's really magical. And I just to have been in their orbit for a summer was a crazy dream.
Shortly after that interview, she announces her newest track list, and everyone is super excited, of course, because they're getting a new album, but also because Taylor Swift is a feature on the song Us. And last month, in an interview with Billboard, Gracie reveals the story behind the fire that started when they were collaborating on the song Us. If you haven't seen the video, it's really easy to find on TikTok if you just search it. And then later that same month, she does another interview, this time with Porter, where she talks about her newest album that's coming out, her writing process, and of course, her friendship and mentorship with Taylor. You can pause to read the full quote here. And then finally, most recently, they performed their song Us on the Eras Tour during the surprise song set. Before performing, Taylor Swift introduces her with a very kind introduction talking about their friendship.
And man, when I tell you, I just love this girl so much, and I always loved her as an artist. I've always been such a fan. But when you write with someone, it's like you see the whole thing. You see all the artistry. You see who this person is really. And writing with her, she's just so badass. Like, that's a writer. And so I was like, telling her tonight that I would see
And that brings us to today. As always, this does not include every single public interaction they've ever had, but I try to include the ones that seem important or the biggest and most notable over the course of their friendship. I think as far as this friendship goes, it is safe to say that this will be a very long-lasting friendship for both of them over the course of their careers.
First off, I want to say that Darren Michelle is one of my favorite TikTokers. She's amazing at these stories. Personally, I don't really know Gracie Abrams that well. I first got in contact with her music and everything that has to do with her as an artist when she featured Taylor. I almost said Nikki. When she featured Taylor on one of her songs, and then I was wondering, like, who is she? Like, how did you get a Taylor collab before Sabrina, Camila, and the other rap girly? Oh my god. And the other pop girlies. How did you get these feature before these other girls, right? And I was just wondering, who is she? I later found out that she was friends with Taylor, and they were cool and they were really close and all of that stuff when she did the interview talking about the fire incident. So I'm still getting to know her music. I don't really know any of her music right now, and even the song that she had with Taylor is not really something that I've heard so much of. So I guess what I'm saying is, thanks to Taylor, I got to know Gracie Abrams, and just watching their friendship blossom, and the fact that I find that Gracie is really, really lucky. I mean, Taylor has had many friends, many celebrity friends in the course of her career, and not all of them have been able to put out a song or even write a song with her, right? So them Sabrina, them Olivia Rodrigo, all of those girls have had an intimate relationship with Taylor. None of them have been able to like secure that Taylor feature. You know what I'm saying? So I find that Gracie is really, really lucky, and for the fact that my God, the fact that Taylor has put out on the Eras Tour and she is performing throughout the last leg of this Eras Tour just tells me how much Taylor loves her and how much Taylor wants to promote her. In my humble opinion, not everyone will want to push you out. Not everyone will want to help you if they're not gaining some kind of monetary value or for some kind of selfish reasons. Nobody helps you like that except they're getting something in return. You know what I'm saying? So Taylor doing that with her whole heart, I just feel like she's just a sweetheart, and Gracie is really, really, really lucky. Again, I'm gonna say that. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to drop a like and tell us what you think about this friendship, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.